Hello, everybody. I think I'm live. Am I live? I don't even have my thing going. I'm so focused on this stupid trade here. God dang it. Come on. Why are you not going up? Gold is just killing me today. Gold is just killing me today. Come on, gold. Just go up. 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 There you go. Now keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Run. 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 Shit. Run. Just run. God damn it, run. Come on, run. I'm not giving it any room. I'll explain why here in a second. Come on. All right, there we go. Yeah, loud and clear. Thank you, Fish Atlantic. Thank you. Yeah, loud and clear. Well, loud and clear. I'll tell you some loud and clear. I'm going to tell you some loud and clear here in a minute. That's my P&L right there. That's my P&L right there. Everybody see that? And then you saw the trade I just had. That's my P&L. Fucking, I allowed gold to chop me up this morning. Of course, I stayed in this trade. I'd be up a lot now, right now. I couldn't afford to let it roll back on me anymore. I couldn't afford to let it roll back on me again. Yeah, it chopped me up, and it all started back here, right here. So it popped through the top of the box right here out of the gate at 836, came down. I mean, and then just slammed down. So I was thinking, okay, they're going to run, right through the bottom. So I took this short right off this 1 minute gold line right here, and it went down. Then it just came back up, chopped me, but it never would break this pivot. See how it just never broke this pivot over here? Let me blow this up. This was the entry pivot. It would never break that pivot. So like it chopped me out here, and I re-entered again, and because I was convinced this freaking thing was going to go through the bottom and just drop like a stone. And it just wouldn't do it. So before I knew it, I was between that and a few other little catastrophes in here. Excuse me. I was down $2,000. So I was down $2,000 right out of the gate. And it's my own fault, man. We're sitting here. If you look at this, we're sitting here. Now this part, I would still do it again. I would take that short. But when I got back up in here and I was trying to get my money back, this part here was just stupid because here we are with 3 different lines and this damn box. And I even said yesterday, I don't like when the lines are in the box because it just screws up the whole premise of what the box is doing when you got these freaking lines in there. And I allowed myself to be stupid. Now, so anyways, I'm going to do a little lecture on that here in a minute. Yeah, Well, there you go. Now, MB Trader, that's a this what you just said is exactly what is what my lecture for today is going to be about. Okay, that's exactly what my lecture for today is going to be about, and I'm going to downplay, myself and say Jim or Orville or whatever in the process, because the bottom line is the bulk of you are sitting in here trying to pass evals and PAs and stuff like that. And to be perfectly honest with you, gold is not, in my opinion, is not the way to do that. Because these candles, I mean, again, I'm going to say it. If you're going to defend your position when you take a trade, like this inside candle, not so much. I jumped in on this inside candle. Okay. But I mean, they reached back and they tested the bottom of that, almost the bottom of that candle again. I had my stop right here below this candle. And that's what kept me in to get my $2,000 back. But, at the end of the day, those of you trading evals and PAs, you can't afford a candle like this. This is 49.50 and this is 45. So this is a $450 candle. You can't defend the bottom of a candle that is $450 a contract. You can't do that. Jim can do that because he has amassed capital from doing it. And Jim, I need you to jump in on this. Okay. He has amassed capital from doing $200 a day, $200 a day, $200 a day trades so that he can make money and build up his capital and then, expand his trade types, expand his trading style, add more contracts and things like that. And so part of what I'm getting more and more reserved about by doing these live streams is that, I'm having my development of what it is I'm trying to do and what it is I'm trying to accomplish is expanding. Yeah, and gold. And if you really want to trade gold, then trade micros. I mean, don't trade the contracts if you're doing PAs and evals. I mean, I have, if you got, yeah, right up here, everybody need to read what Jim said, because what I don't want to do is influence you to make mistakes. And I know Jim doesn't want to either. So, I mean, nobody wants to influence you to make mistakes. I used to, Gene, by the way, but I've gotten part of my aggression in my trading is recently has, you guys remember when I first started this live stream, I used to come on here and say, I want to make $1,000 a week. And I would sit here and dick and dunk and do that. Like this inside candle right here, I would trade it right back to the top of this box and I'd get like maybe $400 and I'd be like, okay, good. I'm done for the day. You guys remember all that. And that's the kind of stuff that's the kind of situation that the bulk of you that are in this live stream are in. You need to make $300 a day or $400 a day or whatever that number is for your evaluation and things like that. So when I'm taking a trade off of a 5-minute gold line with a $10 target in gold, I don't know that I should be doing that right here in front of you guys, because that's not what the bulk of you need to be doing. The bulk of you need to be doing primarily what I talked about. Yeah, the bulk of you need to be doing primarily what I talk about, say in the ES, which is, or even the YM, like the YM trade I took yesterday. That's probably the good thing to watch and see and learn and do. Or today, the YM. I mean, come on, everybody should already have their money. The YM had the crossover, retested a prior day low. Boom, there you go. There's your money, and you're done. But the reality of it is, for say Jim to take this trade from here to here, it's not growing his portfolio. So it doesn't make sense for him to sit there and stare at that. Now, it just because there's money here. There's enough money for your eval without a doubt. And it's a beautiful setup. I mean, an absolutely gorgeous setup. It's a 1 minute gold line. It's a prior day low rejection after a nice, beautiful, smooth pullback. I mean, this is a beast. Okay. That's the kind of stuff you guys need to probably, spend more time evaluating, going back to the premise, the basics of what I try to talk about, which is going from a rotation to a pivot, getting that money, banking it, and turning your computer off. Because that's the only way you're going to get through the gauntlet of these prop firm things. It's not sitting here taking 5 minute gold line trades with $500 candles in gold, because, we're shooting for, $1,000 on the trade or $2,000 on the trade. Man, that YM trade right there was a beast. Like, seriously, that was beautiful. I wish I had seen that, honestly. And that's right. That's the basic stuff I try to teach. It's after 9:45. You had that beautiful rotation, shabam, and yeah, that's the stuff that you guys need to hold on dearly to, and use that to pass your evals and to pass your PAs and get your fundings. It's not this wildcat crap that's going on in gold, for example. And you guys remember yesterday. Remember what I said yesterday. I said, I also said, in my opinion, they have to change the leverage needed to get a GC contract. It doesn't. GC is in some kind of crazy stratosphere that even when the average candle is $500, but the entry cost is only $500, that doesn't make sense, because that's not the way it is on the rest of these instruments. So I think they're going to have to evaluate that, because that doesn't make any sense. Gold is way out in freaking crazy land right now. And like Jim said, it's probably going to go to, we got our 10 o'clock news right now, so that's a good time for me to be chirping and stuff. But, gold's probably going to hit $5,000 today. It's just insane. Yeah. Well, yeah, David, exactly. You just gotta, wait. There is definitely, I can sense pressure pushing gold down. There's a lot of buy-in, but there's a lot of pressure pushing it back down. It's just not going today. Good job, JP. Yeah. I mean, you gotta crawl before you can walk. You gotta walk before you can run. And Jim's not running, he's sprinting. And, and I can afford to be, and I'm not trying to, again, don't take any of this the wrong way. Okay. I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, but I can afford to be down $2,000. Okay. I can afford to be down $2,000. at this point in time in my trading. And I was down $2,000 and I got all of it back, but my commissions. Matter of fact, my P&L says I'm positive for the day, but I'm not. My real P&L is down because of commissions. And Jim, by the way, I'm not squelching you from partaking in this trading room. By the way, please, I just want other people to understand what they need to pay attention to. Yeah, it's kind of I don't know about that W pattern. That you're talking about there, PA. It's kind of a little sloppy. Man, the NQ is gone. The NQ said, F this party, I'm out of here. Does any of you see the NQ? The NQ's like, I'm out of here. The NQ did a crossover, broke all these pivots. Remember, attempt 1, attempt 2, attempt 3. How did I miss that? Well, the news, that's how. But anyways, attempt 1, attempt 2, attempt 3, came back, tested it, boom, gone. Look at that. Jesus. Anyways. So I'm not trying to piss anybody off. I'm just trying to get people to recognize. I got an email today from a subscriber thanking me for what I've done because he just got his first payout. I'm not going to say his name in here because he didn't say I could or couldn't, but he just sent me his confirmation of his first payout from Top Step. And in his very polite email to me, he he attributes it to what the live streams have done for him and whatnot. And that's exactly what I want you guys to get out of this. But what I don't want you to do is get yourselves, I don't want you guys taking trades and blowing shit up because of stupid shit that I might do or Jim might do that doesn't correlate with whatever prop firm you're using. Man, NQ is just gone. Look at that. I'm out of here. Catch the crazy train. Look at that. Catch the crazy train. I'm out of here. The NQ is just gone. Yeah, right, Thomas. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not trying to lecture anybody. I want every one of you sitting in this live stream. Okay. I want what's the point of me sitting here in this live stream? I don't really know, but if I'm going to get something out of it, I want every one of you sitting in this live stream to send me an email at some time telling me that you got a payout from some prop firm, that you stole their money instead of them stealing your money. That's what I want. And, some of these trades that we're taking are not going to get you there. If you're trading wrong contract sizes and that kind of stuff. Man, I'm staring at this NQ and thinking to myself, well, pattern wise, it's all there. There's just no way I could have gotten that. I mean, not, knowing that the news is coming right here. I mean, I just couldn't have done that. By the way, everybody here, when I was down $2,000, I went upstairs and I made myself a fresh pot of coffee. I walked away from my charts. I didn't even think about trading nothing. I made a nice fresh pot of coffee. I came back downstairs and then I reevaluated what was going on. And I saw, the long setups happening in gold, and boom, I got it and, got my money back. But I didn't sit there and just keep pushing the button, because that's where all your money goes away. Where are we here? Yeah, stepping away is, because, the tendency is to try to just keep pushing buttons and making something happen. And that's just, that's not gonna, that's never worked for me in the past. So let me step back, remember my rules, remember what I'm trying to do, and just reevaluate what's going on. Man, the RTY is just running down. It's through the prior day low and everything. But the YM is not going with it. That's interesting. The YM is trying to go long. So we don't seem to have a correlation there with those two today. The ES and the NQ are mirror imaging each other again. Let me see here. So I'm going to just show this down here. The ES has done a crossover retest. Oh shit! Hold on here. The ES has done a crossover pullback. So there might be an inside candle right there. Ooh, can I get along here? Come on. Come on. Come on, ES. There you go. There you go. Now go. Go. Come on, ES. What are you doing? Oh my God. I'm defending the bottom of this candle right here, but I think I'm going to lose. Yep, I got knocked out. Shit. Oh, that's what I told him, Christine. That's what I told him. Yeah. Jim's all right. Just neither one of us want you guys to just make mistakes. That's all. None of us does. Okay. Look at that. If I had defended the pivot and not the candle next to me, this thing would still be going. What the hell? Come on, ES. What are you doing? Yeah, yeah. That's usually my story, recovery. That's usually my story. Always get in the instrument I'm not in that correlates with each other, because that's how you'll be successful. If I'm short the YM, you need to be short the RTY. uh, it depends on the instrument, Joshua. I mean, that's part of the problem with the NQ and part of the problem with the YM. I mean, not the YM, the NQ and GC is they have a tendency to, again, like they have a tendency to, do that kind of stuff. And, but like if I'm trading the ES or I'm trading the RTY or I'm trading the YM, I try to get myself to break even, relatively quick, because they like, again, like I say about the RTY, it has a tendency to move in straight lines. The YM, when it's going to go somewhere, it has a tendency to move in straight lines. So, you know, I don't know if I answered your question, but I wouldn't short right now. There's no short setup in the NQ. I don't trade the MNQ. I trade the NQ. But I mean, in the NQ, be honest with you, I can't remember what day it was. I can't remember what day it was this week. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before. It was the NQ that it was the NQ. It was the correlation of an NQ trade and the ES at the same time at like 12:17 Eastern Standard Time that made me all my money, because they both literally lined up at the same time for rejections off the overnight open after huge pullbacks to them. Yeah, I don't use any of those lines, but I believe you. That's silver hit $100. Interesting. Gold is pretty sloppy. Again, I think part of the reason gold is pretty sloppy today is because of what you're talking about there, Stuart. I think gold is. I think there's a lot of resistance, psychological, to allow this thing to get to $5,000. I think there's a lot of resistance. You got to remember, there's certain things that are in the market that, again, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm just being a realist. But there are certain things that those who control the real money will artificially manipulate markets to not happen. If any of you pay attention to when the housing crisis happened and and the stock market was just crashing, I mean, just crashing. You guys probably aren't aware of it, but you can go back and do some research on this. But I'm talking when the market was crashing, there would be this random pile of money that would walk its way into the stock market at various times throughout the day, pushing price back up because, for the sake of the economy, whatnot, they had to stop that knife from falling. So who was that? Oh, I don't know. My guess is the Federal Reserve. And I can tell you right now, I don't think the Federal Reserve wants gold to hit $5,000. As it makes people think about things. Psychological stuff. Does anybody ever, I used to work for Deloitte and Touche. Does anybody ever wonder why the Federal Reserve never gets audited? Does anybody ever wonder why that is? The only organization in the whole United States of America that doesn't get audited. The only one. Even the federal government gets audited. I used to do government audits. You remember what I'm talking about, JP? Yeah. I used to do county and city municipality audits in the summertime, pretty much pro bono. Just to because there wasn't much going on in the summers when you're a CPA. Man, I could tell you some stories about that. Oh, man, I can tell you some stories about those audits. Holy shit. But there's one organization in the whole world that doesn't get, in the whole United States, that doesn't get audited. Huh? Who could that be? Look at gold. Oh my God. Now see, like that, that's a nice recoil. I can't stick my neck out on that. Why not? Because this came from a lower spot to come here. It is, but listen to what I just talked about. See how it came from a lower high? So that's why I don't, if I get a W pattern here, recovery, if I get a W pattern, I might be more interested. But because we came from a lower high to here, I'm not as interested. Is this movement up here anticipated? Yeah, it's that's an anticipated reaction. There's no doubt about it. But oh my God, Eve, I'm sorry, Eve. Oh my God. Yeah, that is stressful. Holy shit. Yeah. And see, that's what I'm talking about. That's why you don't need to worry about whatever dumb shit I might do or some dumb shit that Jim might do. You don't need to worry about that. You need to just, like I said, just focus on simple rotations and something like the YM or the RTY or the ES. Okay, so if we, like I said, recovery, if I get a W pattern here, I'll be more interested. I really did not expect this to go through because this came from a lower high. But if we get a W pattern, then maybe we'll get a little better. So because so let's pay attention. Remembering this is our low here. So that's what has to be defended for our rotation, potential rotation up. All right, hold on here. Stay. Ooh. man. Shit. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to downgrade this. I'm still going to look at it for one contract. For just one contract, not two. I'm still going to try it even though we did the lower. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. There you go. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Come on. Come on. Headwinds, headwinds. These are anticipated headwinds. We know that because this is the 9 EMA pushing down. All that's happening right now is anticipated. What we need to do is force our way through it off of a more powerful line, hopefully, and then rotate and sit on top of the gold line and then go. Jesus. Uh-oh. Come on. Holy cow. Come on. There you go. Come on. Come on. All right, let's go. Let's go out the top. Out the top. There you go. Come on. Keep going. Come on. Come on. Man, I don't have anything to raise my pivot, but my stop for. Come on. Damn it. Come on. Come on. I think I'm going to get knocked out. Come on. Yep. Well, that didn't work. Yeah. Yeah. Good idea, Gene. Yeah. It's still fighting long. Look at that. It is. It's still fighting. Let me. I want to be prepared in case something sets up. I want to be prepared. No. Oh, don't run off on me now. Don't run off on me now. Hold on. See, this is what gold's been like today. It's just like this, the setups have been there, but there's just like there's an alternative power that just keeps pushing the price back down. It's crazy. Because these patterns right here should have gold running up at least up into this zone, and it's just sitting there. It's just crazy. I want to see if I can get an inside candle here. I need this thing to just sit. Does everybody see that the NQ has gone above the prior day high? I mean, it just went right through it. Didn't even hesitate. So if I was you, I'd be looking forward to possibly do a retest of the top, crossover retest maybe for a long. Oh shit! Here, all right. So we had an inside candle. So I'm going to try that with one contract. All right, just go. And come on. Just go. What the hell? Come on. Just go. Come on. What the hell? Go. Oh my God. Anybody looking at the NQ, what I talked about? Probably the safer place to have my money right now. Jesus, gold. The hell? Come on, gold. Come on. Everybody watching knows you want to go long. Everybody. I can't see my ES chart right now because it's blocked. Fuck. I can't see my ES chart. Let me get my ES chart in front of me so I can see what I'm looking at. Oh man. All right, hold on here. I'm done with gold. I'm done with gold. Yeah, it's giving me heartburn today. Gold is giving me heartburn. It just does not want to cooperate today. Look at gold. Just ridiculous. I'm going to wait for it to show me something. I want to wait for it to do a rotation, break some pivots, and then rotate and sit back on something. I don't know if any of you did that NQ trade. Did any of you do that NQ trade? Because I am in it right now. All right, so am I. I'm long, not MNQ, but the NQ. I need it to go through the pivot. I need it to go through the top. Come on, go. Come on, NQ. Don't sit here. Go. There you go. Come on. And I'm watching the ES. The ES is climbing also. The ES is climbing off of a 1 minute gold line trade. It is pretty lackadaisical, I must admit. Yeah, it might be another day where the NQ saves my skin. I can tell you this. That is not something I thought I'd ever say. This might be another day where the NQ saves my skin. I need it to get moving, though. Oh, let me go over here. I'm trying to watch gold at the same time. But here's my NQ. I'm in it right here. But it just stopped. I think I'm going to get knocked out. Yep. Yeah, it just stopped. It just stopped. It came it came up and then it just stopped. Yeah, that nine's coming along here. Oh, I'm keep looking at the wrong chart. That nine's coming along. That might hold it up. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have the nerve to hold it and let the nine work for me, Papa Duke. But it's going to work, obviously, because I'm not in it. I didn't let the nine work. I mean, we had the crossover and everything. Nice smooth pullback. We even had the prior day high. Now there it goes. God, Bob. God, Bob. It's all right. It's all right. At least the trade worked. At least the trade worked. What, honey? What? Okay. Come here, Lucy. Come here. Come here, Lucy. Come here. All right. All right. This one's Lucy. I showed Snoopy earlier this week. This one's Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Okay, no kisses. No, she likes to give kisses. No kisses. Yeah, this one's Lucy. She came to say hi. All right, Snoopy, you can say hi too. Say hi to everybody. There's Snoopy. Okay, no. Okay, all right. Jesus. Look at that. Look at that. NQ trade. Damn it, Bob. Damn it, Bob. Well, that's all right. Hopefully somebody got some money out of that. Yeah, same thing with me, Papa Duke. You saw it. You saw it. You saw it. That's okay. I'm actually, again, I'm fine with that because I was on the right side of the trade. And that's again, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. All right, good job, lunatic. Yeah, I mean, I was on the right side of the trade. The good news for the long on this NQ, let me just pull this down here, is that the ES has not gotten to its high yet in this rotation. So, if this thing can at least just keep kind of chugging, it might pull that along. This hasn't reached resistance, is what I'm saying. Yeah, very choppy, Gene. I agree. Listen, I'm down $594 today, but I mean, I've had a very good week. I've had a very good week. So, scarily enough, last week was better than this week. Of course, I had one day last week that was just ridiculous. But I mean, you know, I'm okay. I'll take the loss. I'll lick my wounds. If I'd have stayed in that NQ trade, I'd be up probably about maybe 500 to 1,000 by now. I did the same thing, Papa Duke. It just, I'm really not used to, which is kind of crazy. I mean, not kind of crazy. It's reality. I'm not used to the NQ being so indecisive like that. I mean, it just kind of like even when it's going, hyper up and down, it's not just sitting still, and that's what it was doing. It was literally just sitting still. Good idea. Good idea. Recovery of the wick. Notice I'm not looking at it. I mean, there's just all they're going to do right. Okay, if this start moving now, all they're going to do right now is steal my money. I see that, Jim. I'm actually looking at that. It did break this pivot right here to the long side and sat on that damn 5-minute gold line again. I did, Rick. I did take it. Right here. Because we crossed over, had space. Hell, I called it out here in the room. Some people made a lot of money off of it. I didn't. Some people made a lot of money off of it. I didn't. But I mean, the moves are sloppy today. I mean, like this. I mean, this pivot here didn't break this pivot. But I mean, this is just sloppy. I mean, it's just sloppy. Now, I will tell you this, the ES has reached resistance, so the NQ might be running out of gas. Just for those of you that are possibly in that NQ trade. It might run out of gas right now. And look at that. What benefit do you get watching the ES? NQ's running out of gas. When the ES hits resistance and you're kind of in limbo, that's going to give you a sign that the NQ is going to slow down. I mean, we don't have a target. The problem with being in this NQ trade here is we don't have a target to the upside. So that's why I was looking at the ES saying, hey, let's wait till the ES runs into resistance. Now, it may roll through there, but that was definitely resistance because it broke that pivot and then rolled over. I mean, its real resistance is just like is way the hell up here. So shut my this down so I can see. Oh, look at that. It came out the top finally. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, NQ ran like crazy earlier today. The problem was it did it off of it did it in the middle of news happening, and I couldn't, put myself in that trade. Yeah, somebody else said that earlier, Raymond. Yeah, somebody else said that earlier. Hey, American Patriot, are you in here? I don't know, Edwin. Maybe it's so sloppy. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth. I like to look to my left and see things work because that tells me what's going on to the right is the likelihood of what's going to go on to the right works also. What's oil at right now, please? $60.88. Okay. Thank you. So not any insanity going on there. Not any insanity going on there with oil, at least. Okay, going down. All right. So what time was that? 12 to 10:25. Okay. I mean, look at YM today. Just to put things in perspective. Look at this shit. Good job. Good job, American Patriot. Oh yeah. Like I said, I'm not upset at all. Am I happy I lost money today so far? Hell no. But I mean, come on, man. Shit. It's kind of choppy and ugly. And yeah, some things have worked out. Like that NQ trade right there worked out that I should have held. But I certainly could be down a lot more money if I let my emotions get out of control. If I let my emotions get out of control, I could be down a lot more money. Sure, gold, just kind of slowly melt your way up, why don't you? Yeah, but it's just all sloppy to the left, Fish Atlantic. You know, well, shit, why don't I just pull up the regular one right here? I don't see the overnight open in here. That's way up here for the YM. The prior day open, maybe. Finally, the YM is breaking some pivots to the long side. Maybe we can get a pullover on a long here. See, now this is starting to look a little deliberate here. So, and we broke this pivot here. So maybe this will pull back here. That would be a great setup for a long. That would be a great setup for a long. Boy, the NQ is just going to melt its way up, aren't you? Because I'm not in it anymore. Well, my problem on today, Gene, is I got punched in the mouth too many times. So I didn't let that NQ work its way out. Got punched in the mouth too many times today. This one right here is going to give me all that money back when that thing pulls back down. Or gold's coming down to this gold line right here. All right, come on, gold. Or even better yet, the red line. So somebody asked me a question before the stream even started. Who was it? Rick. Good morning, Bob. Was wondering if when between live trades and in light of the current price action, you could share what you would be looking for in appreciation in preparation for your next steps for each market. Are you still here, Rick? Okay. So, I mean, like in general, I just kind of, I evaluate, what time of day it is. And I look to my left and see, what have we done? And then I just say, I'm only going to take a trade if this goes either to that gold line or to this, for example. Because of the time of day, I didn't care about the 1 minute gold line anymore. I don't give a shit what sets up for the 1 minute gold line. I'm not taking it. And so what I do is I just look at each instrument and I make the decision that I want to pay attention if X or Y happens given the time of day. and then one of the things I really look for is what just happened right here. And I shouldn't have been talking, I should have been trading, but I want a deliberate movement to whatever it is that I foresee as a potential setup. I want a deliberate movement to that item. Kind of like I said before, you know, when we were sitting here and I saw the NQ go over the prior day high, I said to everybody, if we test that prior day high, look for a break long. I mean, and that's exactly what the damn thing did. I'm an idiot and didn't take it for what it's worth. But I mean, I just foresee what's the only potential thing setting up at this point in time, given this instrument. And then I wipe my mind clean of anything else. And then I look at the next one. And then I look at the next one. and if the instrument itself is acting like a turd ball, I don't even look at it at all because I don't really care. And that's why I just constantly glance. You'll see me while I'm here. I'm constantly glancing across the charts. And in my mind, I'm juggling what the YMs what I'm looking for in the YM, what I'm looking for in the RTY, what I'm looking for ES, what I'm looking for in the NQ. And then if that scenario happens, then I say, hey, this is it. You know, I mean, but you know, it gets easier as the day goes on because you can start forgetting 1 minute gold lines, for example, you know, or you know, if we're in a trending day, I don't have to worry about static lines. I'm only looking for rotation highs back to the 1 minute gold line, or rotation highs back to the 5 minute gold line, or rotation highs back to the 5 minute red line. I mean, it just kind of makes things easier depending on the situation. Like right now, NQ is completely beyond all of its static lines. The last one was this one, and it was a beauty, man. There it goes. I mean, it's just still melting its way up. And this is the trade right here. This scenario right here is what I told you guys that I personally need to work on in 2026, is knowing that this is happening, knowing what they're going to do with it, and then just getting in and letting it go. I really need to work on that because that prior day high is a very powerful line. I mean, it's extremely powerful line. The market has a tendency, if you think about this, okay, if you think about what's going on at the prior day high, is there's a daily candle. There's a daily candle that traders are looking at, a daily candle, and price is coming out of that daily. The trend is, you know, long in the NQ. People don't want to miss that, okay, we may now be going long in the NQ. And so that crossover retest is your last opportunity to join the train. So that at the end of the day, this candle, that's today's candle, shows a higher close than the candle, or a higher wick than the candle to the left. And that's the market's moving this direction. This is your last opportunity when this happens. And that's why that line is so powerful, and also why the prior day low is so powerful. A lot of times at that prior day low, they try to bring price either back inside it and in long, or underneath it and then south for the exact same reason. They're trying to keep the market either long for the day or short for the day. And I'm such an idiot because this right here was honestly the best trade of the day. I'm such an idiot because I even called this trade out, and the trade went and did what it's supposed to do. And that is take the market to a new high compared to yesterday. Man, I just, you know, and you could sit here, stay away from the junk, and you can sit here and wait for scenarios like that to happen, and you can make a living just doing that. Understanding what's going on in the bigger dynamics, which is trying to keep price, trying to create the market showing longs, or meaning that the market's green and good, and the economy's good, and blah 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 blah, because the candles are now going longer than they were the day before. You got to understand the psychology of what's really going on. That's why this line here is extremely powerful, and this line right here is extremely powerful. And the ones in the middle are just lines to play for consolidation purposes. I'm so mad at myself for fucking that trade up. This is about to be a 100-point move. This is about to be a 100-point move. Anyways, there's so many things, like I don't like to do sensory overload, but there's so many things that are, around to talk about as to what's this and what's that. And, that's part of why when you're learning how to trade, you need to pick one piece of the things I talk about and make that get really good at that, then develop into something else, and then develop into something else. It's to try to understand everything that I'm talking about, even with my charts being the simplest charts that I know of out there, meaning simplicity, no oscillators, no bullshit, no volume indicators, none of that crap down here to confuse you. It's still complicated because there's a lot of shit going on. YM. No. I don't see that happening. Part of the problem is with your YM is the RTY is through the prior day low. And even though they're not specifically moving together, they do correlate. Notice the ES is running. Notice the NQ is running. But the YM is struggling to go long, and it's because this RTY is down in the lows and not going up. That's my 10 cents on that YM. I love the YM, but it has to correlate with what's going on with the RTY, or you're not going to make the kind of money that you would like to make in it. That's possible, Dan, but I mean, then it's just, that's possible, Dan. Okay, on like say taking a long off the top of the prior day high, that is true. But in conjunction with even understanding what you're trying to do out of the gate and that kind of stuff, all it's going to do is just add more shit on the chart that's going to confuse people. To be honest with you, I personally think the NQ is going to keep going. Let me go back to this scenario I said before. Remember, the NQ got held up when the ES hit resistance. The ES kind of came back, and then it started going back through again, and that's when the NQ continued to start going. So I personally think that this NQ will probably keep blending its way up as long as this blends its way up probably to its high. Because keep in mind, the ES is going long, but it's not through yesterday's high. Just the NQ is. And so they're both moving in the same direction. This one still has, it's going to about to hit the current day high. So there'll probably be some resistance in the NQ also at that point in time. But if it can push its way through, its real resistance is right here. Oh shit, Jim, that trade worked, didn't it? That trade worked. Yeah. I didn't get in it. Too busy talking. Yeah. So again, rotation, high, 5-minute gold line, long, target. Yeah. Good job, Jim. Well, the pivot maybe, but so, when you break out of these resistance areas right here, and what you want, who was the one that said pivots? Who's the one that brought up the pivots? Oh, Gene. What you want is you want that deliberate rotation where they're cleaning out the stops, knowing that the intent is to go long. This is what gets the sharks in the tank, and then the sharks clean it right back up. But anyways, yeah, that was a very good setup right there. And okay, so back to my boring ES story. So the ES is pushing its way through the high, and like I said, as long as it keeps rotating, that NQ will keep blending its way up. And like I said, that NQ is on its way for 100 points. It's almost at 100 points right now. I mean, it's literally 6 points away from 100 points. $100 points. That's the potential I had while I sat there and fucked that trade up. But anyways. And Gene, this is the stuff, like, see, you got this bottom, this bottom, this bottom, this bottom. These are all showing on the bottom. These are showing they're trying to go long. On the top, these are showing they're trying to go short. That's why the main thing I look for is when one of these sides of the equation, either the downside up from the top or the bottom side from the bottom, gets broken, then you look for the rotation, and then you look for the trade. That right there sums up the whole thing. Yeah, have a good weekend, Jim. That right there sums up the whole thing. Just look at those pivots to the downside. So when these start coming from the downside, like somebody asked me, would I take this trade here? And I said, the problem is these rotation pivots are lower. So this trade to the long side has a problem working. And then it's when we get out of all this mess and break either the pivots to the downside that are squeezing from the bottom, or to the top side that are squeezing from the top, then rotate, boom, there's your trade. That's the whole premise of trading off those moving averages and the static line. Is literally that right there. That's the whole premise right there. If you can follow that and figure that out, that's what will get you in these type of trades instead of this sloppy shit down here. Boy, look at that. The ES. So that NQ trade is over because the ES gave up the ghost. So it's made up. It's made the current high its resistance point. Yeah. I knew one of these two would be the resistance. And once that happened, then the NQ was over. See that? I mean, the correlation between the two is so nice because if, like I said, if the NQ is out floating on its own in space and you don't know where it's going to go, you can go look at the ES and see, does it have a problem coming up? Because if it does, that'll be where the NQ will run out of steam in space. And we just literally saw it all right here. I mean, yep. Anyways, yep. Yeah, it's going right back to the high. That's most likely where it's going to rotate to, Gene. Yeah. That gold thing. Let me get this ES out of the way. Jim's in Southern California. He's going surfing while I'm buckling down for the snowstorm. Joshua, I don't know how to answer that because it's got something to do with somebody more technical than me has to answer your question because I'm just a retard when it comes to this stuff. But it has to do with your settings. It's there goes gold. There goes gold. Look at that. Look at that. It finally took off. Yeah, probably true, MB Trader. Probably true, MB Trader. Because if you paid attention to what I talked about in the last part of this video, you'd be in this trade right here, or you'd have been in this trade right here, and either one of those would have made you significant amounts of money. Either one of those scenarios would have made you significant amount of money because both are things that I preach religiously, but are different types of trades. Yeah, right to the high, Gene. And why did it go to the high? Because we broke the down pivot trend to the long side. Came and found support, boom, gone. That's it. That's it. So when price is going up, it needs to find resistance now because support's pushing it up. And resistance will be the high or, whatever it can find up here. And this damn thing's probably heading to $5,000. That's going to be insane. That's going to be insane. Let me tell you something, Thomas. I need to drag your ass out to North Carolina because you'll see what beautiful water temperature is like in July, August, September, October. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like bath water. That will blow Huntington Beach away any day of the week. Any day of the week, man. Any day of the week. Well, my number one goal when I take trades is to be on the right side of the market. recognize the side of the market that's in control and wait for a deliberate snap in the opposite direction to clean out stops and then grab the gravy train going in the direction of that market. That's what this red line's for right here. See, if you'll notice, for example, in both the NQ and even in gold, price has been north of that red line. And guess what? That's why it's been going long. So that's what the trade is. The market's long. That red line is my direction. Let's see here. Yeah, my red line. The red line on my chart. See how price came, hit it up, hit it up, hit it up, hit it up, hit it up. Because this is the direction indicator of the market. I mean, how many times can gold bounce off that red line? Shit. Kept pushing it long. Right off that red line. Yeah, Edwin, exactly. I mean, I have looked at people's charts before, and I've thought to myself, how the hell would you even know what a trade could possibly be? I mean, their charts, they have lines and moving averages and shit everywhere. And it's like, what the hell? And then to add on to it, my nemesis. What's my nemesis, folks? They'll even have a Fibonacci indicator on the chart. You want to piss me off, put a Fibonacci indicator on your chart. If you really want to piss me off, do that. Nothing fires me up more than a damn Fibonacci indicator. Oh, shit. Oh, man, I was going to take that trade. I missed it. I was going to take that trade right there. God dang it. But I only wanted to do it with one contract. I completely missed it. Shit, I got to quit reading the freaking chat. God dang it. I read the chat and look at that. Look at the reaction. Holy shit. Because here's what they did. They came, listen, resistance becomes support. Support becomes resistance. They brought price back to the break of the prior day of the current high, and then wham, the 1 minute gold line just pushed it back up. Anyways, that's all right. That's all right. God dang it, I saw that, and I just couldn't get my order on there. If I push this button, I end up throwing two contracts in there. I didn't want to two contract it, not on a 1 minute gold line this late in the day. Well, yeah. Don't even bring that up, Charles. Don't even bring that up. Don't even bring that up, Charles, because that I can guarantee you. That I can guarantee you. Because when I'm not doing the live stream, just like Wednesday, I mean, I ended up getting all my money back and then some. By just not being on the live stream and looking at the charts and seeing a beautiful setup at 12:17 in both the NQ and the ES, and I wasn't reading chats and shit at the same damn time, and I went ping, 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 bam. And, look at that. Come on, gold. Go through the high. Go through the high. Keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going, gold. Keep on going. There you go. Man, what a beautiful setup that was. So 73, shit, man. Is this thing going to go to 83? 83 would be $1,000, this rotation right here. 73 to 83 would be $1,000. That's what my order would be. I'd have my stop below this candle right here now. And my target would have been right up here at 83. I'm going to be so freaking pissed. God dang it. Excuse me. Come on, gold. Keep going. Keep going. $3 more. All right. Now I'd be defending the bottom of this candle right here. No sense in giving up $500. Let it either go to your target or get closed out. One or the other. Come on, gold. Keep going. Momentum. Momentum, gold. Momentum. Fuck, I wish I was in this damn thing. Come on, gold. Come on, gold. Come on. There you go. All right, come on. You got it. Come on. Come on. $2 more. $2 more. $2 more. There you go. Ooh, there you go. All right, come on. There you go. 83 right here. Come on. Man, you were almost there. You were almost there. You were almost there. Oh, man. That'd be it. I'd be out. I'd make $600. Oh, more than $500. $600. Yeah, 5,000. It's coming. It's coming. 5,000 is coming, unfortunately. Man, thanks, Joshua. I wish I had caught this trade, man. That was, it just, God dang, beautiful. Absolutely. All the stuff we're looking for. Deliberateness. Deliberate. It's not meandering. If you're trading off meandering, man, you're going to get your ass handed to you. It's deliberateness. Deliberate run, deliberate pullback, deliberate run. Anyways, but I'm okay. Guys, I had a good week. I will take my loss and smile. I will take my loss for today and smile. Of course, I might catch something later on today. Look at that. Look at that. I might catch something later on today, but I am perfectly fine. This would have got me my loss back. I'm only down what am I down? $500? Yeah, $550. This would have got me my loss back right here. Those might be Jim's contracts. Those might be Jim's contracts. He signed off and he's in a bigger trade now. Yeah, beautiful smooth pullback on that trade, everything. I mean, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It was. We've had some actually after, all the shenanigans earlier today, we've had some great setups. I mean, this one right here in gold was beautiful. This one right here in gold is beautiful. This one in the NQ was freaking spectacular. This one right here in the NQ, man, learn that, bring it home to you, put it in your pocket, cash your double your 401k right there. I mean, just beautiful setup. Jesus, mother of God.
Ryan A.
These people know I'm trading right now. What are they doing calling me? It's one of my lenders. One of my lenders probably calling me to ask me a question. So let's just do an observation here for a second. So see the YM is rotated to the prior day open. Everybody see that? So there might be like a potential long here. Here's the problem. The RTY came over, visited the red line, and down she goes. I mean, I just can't jump on. Remember how yesterday we hit a beautiful, beautiful YM trade. I can't get excited about this one when these two things are disagreeing with each other. If you remember yesterday's video, when we nailed that YM trade yesterday, I was telling you in the background what the RTY was doing at the same time. All on purpose, because the RTY was running in the same direction as our trade. Anyways, that's why I'm not jumping up and down to take this trade here. All right, guys, I guess I'm going to sign off and call it a day. Like I said, we had some good setups. We had some good setups, man. Gold finally had two beautiful ones. 1, 2 right here, back to back. This one's ultimately going to go to that $1,000. It's never broken any pivots to the downside. So if you're still in it, man, you got your stop right about here. Your target's still sitting right there. Boom. There's your $1,000. There's your $1,000. Everybody have a good weekend. That would have been your $1,000 right there. Just follow your pivots. Rotation pivot. There's your stop. Boom. There's your $1,000. Everybody have a good weekend. Talk to you later.